Okay, so got this match here against IamEbil90 from YouTube, and he contacted me through my MSN account, which I will be on probably a bit more often during this week, seeing as I have half term, so that's pretty good. So I was just using some fun stuff here, so was he. I just wanted to test some stuff out, some new stuff I got, and see how it works out. So I lead off with a Stantler called Mantler, because that's just epic. He subs up with his jump off, so my Thunder Wave doesn't go through the sub, so that kind of sucks, and yeah, that's really bad for me. So he encores and I have to Thunder Wave again, so yeah, not a great start, and he's got a free sub up, but he actually switches to Swampert as I switch, and I go out to Metallica, my Magnezone. Now obviously he has the switch advantage here, he can Earthquake me and pretty much destroy Metallica, so I'm going to switch back out and I'm going to go to my Stantler again, just to get the Intimidate, and to make sure he doesn't do anything else. But he substitutes, which that's really strange. I'm kind of thinking he might have Focus Punch. So I set up my Reflect just to see. And he sets up his Stealth Rock, so I'm trying to break the sub here. I go with a Shadow Ball, and he Earthquakes. And that doesn't do much due to the Intimidate and due to the Reflect being up. So I can stay in here and try and break his sub with Shadow Ball, which is exactly what I do. And the sub goes away, and that's nice for me. So he Earthquakes, he sees he's not going to be doing a whole lot to me, and I'm eventually going to be perhaps getting special defense drop or something. So I decide to switch here because I don't see much way of me winning this war, and he goes to his Jumpluff. Actually, I don't switch, I go for another Shadow Ball because I wasn't sure what he was going to do. But he switches to Jumpluff, Shadow Ball did practically nothing, and I'm going to try and Thunderbolt him here. But he goes for a Sleep Powder, I think, and Sleep Powder is gonna get rid of my Stantler to fall asleep. I think I ran here to talk about something with my parents or something, like eating food. That's right, milkshake. That's what it was. That was about an ice cream milkshake. So I had to go and talk to my mum, and she went mental, etc. So he puts on the Sleep on me, and my Mantler is asleep, so I can't use Mantler, so I need to go to something to counter this jump off, because this thing is really getting in my way. So he goes out to star me, and I get the switch advantage here, and I get my Metallica in, so my thingy Magnezone Majig, and I get a free turn here to set up my light screen, which is epic as hell, so I get that up. And now there's not a whole lot I can do to Swampert, and I know he's going to Earthquake, so I'm going to go to Gengar. But he predicts that really well, goes for a Waterfall, and that actually puts Gengar down to 2 HP. So I'm thinking Gengar's pretty much useless to me now, so I just decide to explode on whatever the hell comes in. Goes to Empoleon, which was a good move, and he's going to take that explosion pretty well. I go to Hitmonchan basically because it can, you know, hit this thing with Drain Punch, but I actually hit the incoming Starmie and I get a crit on the Starmie, so that was kind of gay, but to be honest, he can hit me back anyway. So he surfs, but because of the light screen, it does practically nothing, so that was good job that Magnezone got that light screen up, and Hitmonchan's looking pretty good, so I'm not sure what he's going to switch to. He goes to his Alakazam. Now Alakazam probably gonna use Focus Blast, predicting my switch, which it does, and it hits, which was a really good move by him again. So I'm getting played here at the moment, and not much I can do about it. So I know he's probably going to go for a Psychic, predicting me to switch out, and he knows it's going to kill Metallica anyway. So I'm going to switch out, but he actually goes to Swampert. So he made some switches here, which I didn't expect, so that was pretty good on his part. I go to my Milotic, which is a Scarf Milotic, and this thing's freaking win. It's so awesome. I go for a Hydro Pump, and that does just over half to the Swampert, and he sets up his substitute. So I go for another Hydro Pump, it hits again, and that takes out the sub. So he Earthquakes me, and it actually does quite a lot due to the fact that my Milotic is not defensively EV'd, and his Swampert is offensively EV'd, which means that it's going to do quite a bit to Milotic anyway. So now I'm thinking what to do, and I just decide to go for another Hydro Pump. He goes to Empoleon, and Hydro Pump's going to be a thingy, 2-hit KO from this point. So I decide to try a Hydro Pump again, only it misses. So takes me out with the Surf, because he got his Pataya boost, I'm not sure if it would have taken me out otherwise, but it took me out there. I go to Hitmonchan just to finish him off with a Mach Punch and get a useless crit, so I'm not sure what he's going to do now. He goes out to his Alakazam. I think I decide to stay in and Mach Punch just to do as much damage as I can to the thing, and I actually get another crit, so Hitmonchan's doing quite well with crits today, getting quite a lot of things. So I go out to Azumarill and I'm going to Aqua Jet just because it's the obvious thing to do and it's probably the easiest thing to take out the Alakazam, and I'm not sure what else he has to take out, so I'm just going to go with it. He goes to Jumpluff and it takes the Aqua Jet really well, and I know that he's probably going to be able to stall me out here, mainly because I'm stuck on Aqua Jet and he can sub up and Sleep Powder me and Leech Seed me and keep getting health back, so it's really not the best of situations for me. I'm just practically staying in here and hoping for a crit because I don't have much else to go to. Magnezone would die because of Leech Seed, and he predicts a switch and goes for another Leech Seed. And whatever else I have, I think, is on pretty low as well. So I'm not sure what else I have. Something I have, I don't know. So I Aqua Jet again. He goes out to Swampert, and that thing nearly dies, but he gets health from lefties. He gets health from Leech Seed back. So it's looking okay-ish, but he knows he's going to die this turn, so he has to switch out, and I Aqua Jet and hit the Jumpluff on the switch in, and he's just going to get Leech Seed back and lefties, and this is just basically stalling here because I really have not much more to do. I decide to switch here because Leech Seed's really starting to pain me quite a lot, so I go to Stantler. That's the other guy, Stantler, who's asleep, and he subs up, so I'm going to try and wake up here and break the sub with a Thunderbolt, but I don't wake up. He Leech Seeds me, and that's going to give him even more health recovery. He's got a sub, and Jumpluff is just really annoying. I mean, it's one of those pokes that doesn't actually have an offensive move, but it can just stall you out completely and just take you down. So I probably want to use a Jumpluff soon, see what they're like. Maybe use my own set instead of standard Smogon. But Jumpluff is pretty good and pretty much raped me in this match, so there really wasn't anything I had to counter it, and so I set up my Reflect here. He goes to Swampert, Earthquakes, but I don't die because of the Reflect, but I'm going to die next turn anyway. I just go for a Shadow Ball here just to get as much damage as I can on the Swampert, because I know that I'm doomed anyway, so I do a relatively poor amount of damage, but he takes me out with an Earthquake, and Swampert is at about half, having come in and nearly died on my Aqua Jet. But maybe, I'm not sure if that Aqua Jet was min or max damage or something, but never mind. I come in with Metallica thinking I'm probably going to be slower and he's going to Earthquake me and I'm going to die. So I just go for an Explosion, but he actually switches, and I could have saved that Explosion if I'd known he was going to switch, but I thought he was going to finish me off with EQ, so I thought it was last resort anyway. But I just have a Azumarill left, and this thing's not going to be able to take out the Jumpluff. But he does want to show off his last poke, and that is his Jinx, so he puts me to sleep first, and I decided to go with a Waterfall because it was more powerful and I didn't think I needed the priority at this point. So I wake up and Waterfall the Jinx, and that's going to go down. So he brought it in just to show me what it was. Didn't get to use it at all, but didn't matter because Jumpluff's just going to finish me off with Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder every time hit. I don't know, that's just really gay. But it hit every time. His Leech Seed missed once, but it was a pointless miss. So I didn't get the best of mishacks on my part in this game. So Leech Seed's going to take me down quite a bit, and I'm not going to wake up, so he's going to sub, and I'm still going to be fast asleep, and Leech Seed's going to take me out next turn. So that was a good game. IamEbil90, pretty funny name, pretty cool name you've got there. And I've got a UU battle coming up next video, which is against Shark Tamer from YouTube, and he did a version of it as well, so look out for that video when that comes, because that should be quite soon. But that was a good fun game. I got to test some new stuff and enjoyed it. So comment, rate, subscribe. I'll get another vid up soon. Cheers. See you later, guys.